Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 dinosaurs found in Britain.
That is not what I was expecting from T-Rex's great-great-grandfather. It must be about a quarter of the size.
This is not only the very first substantial stegosaur to be found in Britain, but the very first substantial stegosaur to be found in the world.
Megalosaurus was the largest theropod or meat-eating dinosaur of its time.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're going to be looking over the dinosaurs whose remains have been discovered in what is today the United Kingdom. If there are any British dinos that weren't dug up for our list, please let us know in the comments. Number 10. Skeletosaurus. Skeletosaurus lived during the early Jurassic period.
Southern Britain would have looked very different from how it does today. The UK was closer to the equator and made up of a series of small islands. The weather was hot and unpredictable, with powerful storms and flash floods.
A herbivore that may have walked on 4 or 2 legs, it was around 13 feet long and 3 feet high. Its most distinguishing feature was its armor, in the form of bony deposits found in rows on its body. Skeletosaurus was closely related to other members of the group of armored dinosaurs, which included species like Stegosaurus and Ankylosaurus. In fact, it's among the most primitive of this group yet discovered. Having one of the earliest and most complete fossil remains, Skeletosaurus was first discovered in the 1850s in Dorset, England. It's also one of the only dinosaurs to be discovered in Northern Ireland, or all of Ireland for that matter. Number 9. Proceratosaurus.
That is not what I was expecting from T-Rex's great-great-grandfather. It must be about a quarter of the size.
Found in 1910 in Gloucestershire, Proceratosaurus roamed England during the mid-Jurassic period. A small theropod, or 2-legged carnivore dinosaur with a crest on its snout. Proceratosaurus was originally thought to be related to Ceratosaurus, hence its name. This was due to the similarity between the crests on their noses. However, confusingly, it's actually more closely related to Tyrannosaurus than Ceratosaurus. Much about it remains speculative though, since it's only known from a partial skull fragment. Any reconstructions you might see of it are probably the best guess of paleontologists and/or artists. Number 8. Polarcanthus. Another armored dinosaur with large spikes. This ankylosaurid dinosaur was 16 feet long and weighed several tons, but would probably only come up to your waist. Native to the Cretaceous period, Polarcanthus was first discovered in 1865 on the Isle of Wight. Although numerous other potential specimens have been discovered there and elsewhere in Britain, the first find is the only one to be definitively identified with the species. Due to the scarcity of fossils, some of its features, especially what its head looked like, are more extrapolations than facts. Number 7. Neovenator. Although its name may sound like some sort of drug or complicated piece of medical equipment, Neovenator actually means new hunter. Living during the early Cretaceous period, Neovenator was an allosauride dinosaur and one of the top predators of its time. Unusually, it had powerful sensory organs in its snout, similar to those found in modern-day reptiles like crocodiles, which they use to find prey in water.
This is an animal with fairly long arms, big 3-clawed hands. It has a narrow, very deep skull, numerous large serrated teeth. It's a giant predator that's going to be grabbing things with its hands before moving in and making numerous horrible slashing bites.
However, unlike crocs, Neovenator's fossils were first discovered in 1978 in another find on the Isle of Wight. Number 6. Dasentrurus. Originally discovered close to Swindon, England in 1875, Dasentrurus was first called Omosaurus, though it was later renamed due to the name already being in use for an extinct crocodile.
This is not only the very first substantial stegosaur to be found in Britain, but the very first substantial stegosaur to be found in the world.
Dasentrurus was a stegosaur from the latter Jurassic period, complete with the dinosaur's characteristic plate ridges and spiked tails. In addition to the specimen in Swindon, Dasentrurus has also been found in Wiltshire and Dorset, as well as in mainland Europe, in France, Portugal, and Spain. Even with the number of finds, a complete skeleton has not yet been found, though it's estimated to have been around 33 feet long and weighed up to 5 tons. Number 5. Eotyrannus. Another Isle of Wight find, Eotyrannus was a small theropod dinosaur from the early Cretaceous. Discovered in 1995, Eotyrannus would remain unnamed for 5 years until 2000. As its name, which means dawn tyrant, suggests, Eotyrannus is a primitive tyrannosaur being related to the dinosaurs that would eventually evolve into Tyrannosaurus rex. Unlike its famous rex relative though, Eotyrannus has long forelimbs and 3 fingers. It was also much shorter and around 15 feet long. We've no doubt that it was a fearsome predator for its time and environment though, and it certainly paved the way for even more impressive dinos. Number 4. Hypsolophodon. A dinosaur known entirely from Isle of Wight specimens. Big shocker. Hypsolophodon was an animal about whom scientists had many misconceptions. First found in 1849, this dinosaur was first believed to have been armored. Then they believed that it climbed trees, likely due to its opposable digits. However, Hypsolophodon was actually a small, agile runner, moving about on 2 legs quickly to avoid predators. Although it may have been omnivorous, its primary diet likely consisted of plants and possibly seeds. Its nimble nature and diet have led some to compare it to deer. I mean, we'd watch that version of Bambi. Number 3. Baryonyx. First discovered in Surrey, England, Baryonyx fossils have also been found in other parts of the UK and Iberia. A theropod dinosaur, Baryonyx is in the same family as Spinosaurus and had the same crocodilian-like head and narrow teeth.
Baryonyx was a 2-ton terminator, always on the lookout for its next meal.
Its name, however, derives from its claws, or at least one of them. Its first finger had a large claw, earning it the name Heavy Claw. Baryonyx also has the honour of being the first theropod dinosaur confirmed to eat fish, and it's thought to have specialised in hunting them, although the remains of dinosaurs in some specimens' stomachs indicate it could have also scavenged or hunted prey on land as well. Those heavy claws would certainly have come in handy for that.
This powerful predator used its enormous razor-sharp claws to sweep fish from the water.
Number 2. Megalosaurus.
Megalosaurus was the largest theropod or meat-eating dinosaur of its time.
The first dinosaur to ever be formally named, Megalosaurus was first discovered as early as 1676, though it wouldn't be identified or named until 1824. Because of its early discovery, paleontologists had a number of misconceptions about its appearance, first suggesting it walked on 4 legs. However, like most theropods, Megalosaurus walked on 2 legs. Despite having been studied for 200 years, a complete skeleton has yet to be found. Our current understanding of its proportions is mostly derived from studying dinosaurs from the same family. Still, the study of dinosaurs owes a lot to this Jurassic predator.
Megalosaurus, the first dinosaur to be discovered in the world, and it lived right here in Oxford, 167 million years ago.
Number 1. Iguanodon. Iguanodon may have been the second dinosaur to ever be named, but it's number 1 in our books.
One reason Iguanodon are so successful is that they have developed a new way of tackling Cretaceous plants. Most dinosaurs can only crudely slice food with their teeth, But Iguanodon are the first herbivores to have back teeth that can grind up vegetation before swallowing.
First found in Sussex, England in 1822, Iguanodon was bestowed a name in 1825. Like many early dinos, the Iguanodon's physiology was not well understood, and the early, inaccurate attempts at reconstructing its appearance are immortalized in the Crystal Palace Park. In reality, these large herbivores from the Cretaceous period were far more graceful than at first believed, and were capable of moving quadrupedally or bipedally.
We now know Iguanodon looked very different to the Victorian interpretation. This 35-foot herbivore had smaller forelimbs, and it could stand upright on its hind legs to feed from higher branches.
Their most distinguishing features were their beaked mouths and thumb spikes, which they may have used to ward off predators or forage for food. While found in the UK, specimens have also been found all over Europe and its relatives worldwide.
Go on. We don't want to make Mummy mad.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.